Good morning, everyone. We are in the Shira Shirim Shiur Perek Hey Pasuk Yud Gimel. Lechayav karugat abosem migdelot merkachim siftotav shoshanim notefot mor over. Now this is Bnei Israel talking about how great HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. Lechayav, the cheeks of Hashem, kavyachol, karugat abosem, are like beds of spices. Aruga as well is a reference to a furrow in a field of spices or of whatever you're growing. Migdelot merkachim, towers of perfume. Siftotav shoshanim, the lips of Hashem are like roses. Notefot mor over, which are dripping. More, we said, is a type of perfume. Over, as we said, is that it passes, it extends. That perfume is not for just here. I put the perfume on here, but it can be smelled in a distance. So a few explanations here to what the pasuk is talking about. So lechayav, the cheeks, is in reference to the nevi'im that would speak the prophecies that they received from Hashem. So it comes out of their mouth. So the words of the nevi'im are like beautiful spices and beautiful perfumes. And when we delve into their nevuot even deeper and deeper, we keep on seeing how beautiful, how great of a smell it is. Also, that's the siftotav shoshanim. The word shoshana is a rose, but also veshinantam levanecha, to teach your children. Also, shinantam is shinunim. It should be very sharp in your mouth. You should review it to a point that you get it very clear. So siftotav shoshanim is referring to when I review the nevuah, I see how deep it is, I see how beautiful it is, I see how important it is for us, for Bnei Israel. Also, Rashi here says that this, of course, is talking about the words of Torah and tefillah, which are used with the mouth. The Sefer Rokeach over here explains that this is talking about when Kadosh Baruch Hu gave the Torah, that the entire world was full of beautiful smells. As we heard the voice of Hashem, and Kaviyachol, words were coming out of his mouth, Kaviyachol, and that also brought a beautiful smell, beautiful. That's why we bring in flowers on Shavuot. It was a custom because there was flowers that appeared, and there was great smells that were happening at that time as well. Also, the lechayav is the same, some of the same letters as luchot, lamed chet and vav. So he connects it to the luchot as well. Also, he says migdelot merkachim. So like towers of perfumes. Migdelot is the same letters, midalid galut, from the 4 exiles. Merkachim is rachok, is distant. Hashem distances us from the 4 exiles, meaning we are in the 4 exiles, but we're distant from it, and we're going to come out of it as Jews. We're going to come out of it as Torah observant Jews. So we're in the galuyot, but we're going to be rachok from the galuyot as well. Siftotav shoshanim, the numerical value of shoshanim is lomdei Torah. Also, the mouth of roses is lomdei Torah. And the Gaon Mevilna as well, he says these pasukim are going along with history. So until now was the Avot. He says this pasuk talks about Sefer Shemot, talks about going down to Mitzrayim and the giving of the Torah. And he explains as follows: the Chayim is the cheeks. The cheeks is where the hair grows from, the zakan. And he says that's like things that grow where it's very mixed up. You have to pick items. There's a lot of greenery in this. You got to pick. So the hair it looks like bushels. And he says from the Zohar HaKadosh, from the hair, from the facial hair, from the zakan of a person, you could see his chashivut. So I don't know what you could tell about me. I don't know, whatever. You can see the chashivut of a person from their zakan. So he says, but what does this connect to Sefer Shemot? Sefer Shemot was Bnei Israel going down to Mitzrayim. And the intention was that they should be like coming out of Kur HaBarzel, the tzarefet Bnei Israel, which is when you take metal, you put it into fire, you get rid of all the psolit, all the garbage from it to get pure metal. So too Bnei Israel had to go through Mitzrayim and come out as a pure nation in order to accept the Torah. And unfortunately, some of us didn't make it. 4/5 didn't make it out of Mitzrayim. So this is like the face where you're able to see who's who from a person's face, so too Yetziat Mitzrayim, and this was after we came out, it purified us, and you could see who's who. And then we were zocheh to Siftotav Shoshanim, which is referring to the Aseret HaDibrot that we heard from HaKadosh Baruch Hu's lips, Kaviyachol, and that the entire world had a good smell, and not tefot more over, as more over, it was beautiful smells that was passing along. It was not just for the moment, it was passing along throughout history, throughout that moment, and throughout history, the great smells, Kaviyachol, of that Torah, that when a person does Torah mitzvot, it affects those that are around him, and it's not just limited to him. So this is the Gaon of Vilna explaining the Psukim based on history. We see here the greatness of the Torah and the greatness of one's actions that spread out, because Baruch Hu saves us from the Galuyot, and also the beautiful words of the Nevi'im, how when we dissect and we look into it, we see it's all for the good of Bnei Israel. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'Amen. Rabbi Hananiah ben Akashya Omer, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את יזרעפיך חיבה להם תורה מצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיל תורה וידיר